So if y'all want to be featured in our NFL mailbags, you got to subscribe. We only feature questions from people that do click that big red button, that sub. Because guess what? We are 100% free, but we want to be able to interact and talk with our friends and people that show us love, people that support us, especially through a crazy year that was 2020. We just want to say that we appreciate you, and that's why we continue to make videos. So if you want to be featured in one of our mailbags, watch us live Wednesday and Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific, and click that big red button that says subscribe. All right, let's go to Reggie Hernandez. What up? Hey, guys. Should the Dolphins sign JuJu Smith-Schuster?
I like the idea in general of signing a receiver. I don't know if JuJu is the best fit. Or even drafting someone too, by the way.
Yeah, if I'm Miami, you got picks 3, 18. You could obviously look to go out and get a receiver, right? If I'm Miami, though, JuJu's probably one of the last guys that I want because I feel like you're paying for the name. You're paying for that 2019 year. His 111
his value is going to be down, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when look at the top receivers, like Chris Godwin, going to get the bag. Allen Robinson, going to get the bag. Kenny Galladay, going to get the bag. JuJu will get paid. I think, though, he's the cheapest of those guys if they all hit the open market.
I don't know, man.
And if I'm building around Tua, I think I might rate them, given the presence of Devontae Parker already, I think I might want Chris Godwin or JuJu. Godwin first and foremost, but I think JuJu at the right cost.
See, I want Allen Robinson.
I'd love Allen Robinson. I would argue there's not a bad answer on this list.
Sure.
But I think JuJu might be able to work as that 1B alongside Devontae Parker.
See, for me, though, I'd probably save my money, save it, and invest it somewhere else, maybe on the offensive line or something, like go out and get a Taylor Motton for tackle. Don't sign JuJu and then draft one of those top guys. If you really want somebody, maybe at 3. Obviously, if Penei Sewell's on the board, you take him. But I know there's a lot of solid receivers. But out of all the wide receivers on the board right now, I'm going to type A for Allen Robinson. Is this Marshall 6? That number is? I'm not sure.
It's 11.
11, yeah. See, I'm good at math. Should Miami hire the old Seahawks OC, Brian Schottenheimer?
V is 5, X is 10, and then, I is 1.
All right, so Brian Schottenheimer fired by the Seattle Seahawks. Should Miami go out and bring him in, who they're also looking for an OC because Chan Gailey stepped down and, well,
retired. I think the Dolphins can find a better offensive coordinator candidate than Brian Schottenheimer. I'll tell you this, though. How about his quarterbacks coach?
Okay.
If you end up shuffling that coaching staff around a little bit and you have a need for a new quarterbacks coach, I think Schottenheimer is fairly good in that role. I don't love him as a game planner, as an offensive coordinator. I wonder how much he was limited in the end by Pete Carroll. Maybe he would have been better fully unleashed. But I think the Dolphins can do a little bit better in the end.
Yeah, I'm with you. Is Schottenheimer a good OC? Why for yes and for no? My other question I was thinking about is this the right way to spell Brian Schottenheimer? It took me like 6 tries to be able to get this one right. Why for yes and for no? Is Schottenheimer a good OC? Tom, what do you have to say?
I don't think he's like the worst OC, but I wouldn't consider him a prime. I got upset when he got NFL head coaching interest. That bothered me a lot more than him just being a pure OC.
So we got 4 young quarterbacks on screen right now, all drafted in the top 2 rounds of this past year's draft. Who do you think is going to have the best career? Do you think it's going to be Joe Burrow, type 1? Is it going to be Tua, type 2? Justin Herbert, type 3? Or Jalen Hurts, type 4? Out of the 4 quarterbacks on screen, who's going to have the best career?
I think if we're basing it on the odds, based on what we saw in year 1 and relative to where they were drafted, which means it's not going to be Hurts, it's probably Justin Herbert. If Joe Burrow didn't blow up his knee this year, I'd have gone with him. But I at least have concerns about that. I think this might be a very rare year where of the top 3 guys picked, at least 2 of them hit. Historically, that's actually a very rare scenario, based on especially recent history. So I'm actually going to go Herbert, which is not what I would have said at the beginning of this season.
Super chat time from Dwayne Jackson. Will Deshaun Watson get traded before the draft or on draft night?
If a trade happens, I think it is well before the draft.
I'm with you.
Because in the end, if you're Houston and you're moving on from Deshaun Watson because you're a bad organization, you're going to try and salvage what value you can.
Yep.
And the best way to do that is to not do what the Cardinals did and wait till draft night. Do it while there are more teams that could afford and trade for him. Because if you wait till free agency, it gets tougher to make that work in terms of salary cap. And if a team signs a quarterback, well, now they're not going to go out and trade for Watson too. So even though Watson will probably be better, it limits your pool of options.
I'll tell you
so
what,
if it does happen, it's got to be
If it
pre-draft.
happens on draft night, it's going to be one hell of a trade because they don't have a first or second round pick, so it would be absolutely mind-boggling. Guys are looking for an NFL face mask. We got you hooked up here at Seahawks. It's any NFL team, all 32 NFL teams, masks which range in packs of 1. I guess it's not really a pack. To packs of 4. We're just trying to hook you guys up with awesome deals here. But seriously, it's also getting colder as well. So if you need something to keep warm, especially you people in Buffalo, you can go ahead and get one of these face masks that also cover your neck. And if you're wondering how you get set up, it's simple. Look down below on screen. You see it? Chatsports.com/stay safe. If that link is too hard to remember, Tom and I, we got you covered. It's also going to be in the description. And shout out to Marshall, who is running the chat right now. He's throwing it in the live description and chat as well. Shout out to him. It's chatsports.com/stay safe. What do you think this offseason will look like for the rookies with the Combine, Pro Days, and Draft?
There's still some buzz about whether or not the Combine will happen. The Senior Bowl is set to happen at the end of this month. That's going to be important for a lot of different guys, and not as many guys have been able to go to games in person as they normally do.
Yep.
The Combine needs to happen.
Absolutely.
I need those measurables, just from a personal standpoint. If you can play a season, you can make the Combine work. You can spread it out. You can send only certain position groups for the entire week, and it'll be fine. It's not that difficult to make it work.
I'm with you.
Pro Days, though, we'll see where we're at. I think the NFL is going to approach it as, hey, we're going to have them. We'll see if the draft is in person or not. I think it'll be a little bit more normal than the way things ended up going at the back end. But we had the Combine last year, and I was there, and we were not talking about a delayed or canceled offseason and stuff. So it's going to be different. I think the NFL will have enough of its plan together to make it happen in the end.
And if you guys want NFL videos every single day, if you like talking sports, have you ever gone to a family event, maybe you've gone to a bar, maybe, I don't know, you're at school and you're just sitting there debating sports with your friends, that's what Chat Sports is all about. Talking sports by yourself is okay. Talking sports with a whole bunch of people that you love interacting with, that's what this show is all about. So if you always find yourself looking for the latest NFL news and rumors, if you want to get into some sports debates, talk a little bit of sports, that's what we're here for. So go ahead, hit that big red button that says subscribe. Join us for our live shows, which is being filmed right now. That's why these NFL mailbags are coming up. We're Monday, Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. Go ahead, hit that big red button that says subscribe. This next one's coming in from Dwayne Jackson. How does the NFL reinforce the Rooney Roll? And appreciate the super chat.
Well, they did make some changes this year to that in terms of impact on the head coach level and even like the front office and coordinator level. For head coaches, 2 external candidates that are minorities must be interviewed at the OC, DC, and I think it's front office is also in this group as well.
Yes.
Minimum 1 external candidate. So they have to take care of that. A lot of these teams, they're taking care of that. They sometimes knock them out early if there's someone they want, but really so far there hasn't been a quick hire. So I think all the minorities you see getting interviewed, or minority candidates, I should say, are legitimate options for those organizations. So that's how they're trying to make it better and make things even or within the NFL, I should say.